Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do. Debs Cooper, global stressologist here, just tidying up a few things around me before I tell you, which is even funnier when I think about it, what we're talking about, is the secret cost of holding on to what you cannot control. And here I am literally just tidying my desk to make myself feel better about the morning we've had. The morning we've had. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a cracker of a video I'm going to give you today. Just make sure we've got everything working. Just going to check my sound because there was a little wobble with my sound earlier. So just excuse me while I do a little bit of my admin. But while I'm doing this, here we go. We're good to go. We are good to go. Fantastic. While we're doing this, I was just going to say, drop in the chat where you're from, because that would be awesome to see. Fantastic. Great. Live tab, take that off. Oh, just got a message. Thank you very much. We are good to go. Now I can't even see myself, so we're just gonna wing it. This is what happens when Deb does tech. Which is even funnier, as I said, because the secret cost of holding on to what you cannot control, because I clearly cannot control my tech. There you go. Allah, take that one. So grab that note-taking device, whatever that is, for that, because I'm going to hit you with some great stuff that has come about literally this last week from everyone around me has tried to control something. All the people, including myself, just, name it. Everyone has tried to control something and it's just given them that rile up. So I'm here to tell you, well, for a start, you're human. That's it. That's literally it. But I want to share a few things. So the number one is why our minds cling to things we cannot control. Because there is a why in here. And when we're thinking about this, so it might mean something like someone criticized you at work and days later, and it is days later, you're mentally defending yourself. What you should have said, what they could have said and everything. And the truth is nothing has changed except your own serenity. So this is quick. This is quick. This is not as heavy as what we think. So you're going to go, with this, you're going to basically ask if it's the truth. Notice that when your mind is trying to solve something that isn't yours to solve. And so when we do this, you're going to ask, is this a problem to solve or a reality to accept? Now, we say it's a tough pill to swallow a bit of reality sometimes. So I get that. But is this actually a problem to solve? So if we're thinking about something that's come up this week that we've tried to control, go to this now and just go, is this a problem to solve or is it a reality to accept? Now, even the accept seems like or feels like you're a failure. This is not it. It's just like, okay, I can't control this. I'm just going to accept it. You may not agree with it. You may not like it, but you have to accept it for your own serenity. So every time you catch yourself replaying it, every time, because it will be more than once, don't think you're just a one and done person. I want you to redirect yourself now graciously and gently and honorably to yourself, graciously redirect yourself back to your attention to something you can actually change today. And that might mean I can't control something that's happening on the other side of the world. I can't control that. I just can't. And so I have to accept that. But what can I influence today in my world? Okay, well, actually, I can turn off the TV and I don't have to watch it. Now, it's might still play in your mind, but is it a problem to solve or is it a reality to accept? Let's see if it still plays in your mind when you get to this. So that is why our minds cling to things when we cannot control it. The next one is how to recognize when control has become an emotional attachment. Well, even just saying that, I know when I was putting this together this week, I started to feel sick myself because what can happen is our mood can depend on someone else's behavior, or you're on edge waiting on a reply because someone hasn't replied to you, or you can't even focus on the present or even today because you're worried about tomorrow. Tomorrow this is happening, whatever that is. So when we think about this, I want you to love everyone And when I say love everyone, love those people without trying to manage their lives or change them. So love those people around you without trying to manage their lives. You don't have to manage their lives, and those people around you. And when I say that, there's a little thing you can do. Instead of saying, I need them to do this, or they should do this, or they ought to do this, or anything, or I need them to change, or I need them to do whatever, I want you to choose, I choose how I respond. And as soon as you say, I need them to change, I need them to get on board. Okay. Instead of saying I need them to get on board with my idea, I choose how I respond. And that takes it literally, it's 180 away from I need them to do something. You don't need them. I'm choosing how I respond. And when you can choose how you respond, you're, again, the captain of your own ship. You're back in your own way. And this allows you to support people, but without actually carrying their weight. And this is also, even for a paid client, if it doesn't feel right, you've got to speak up. But just know what that, how to recognize that control that's sitting within you. I'm not talking about them. This control is in you because we're talking about you here right now. The next one is how to redirect your energy into, when I even think, I'm darting around because I'm trying to think how to actually word some of this stuff without being so brutal when it's not your influence. So you can think of lots of times where you're thinking and thinking and thinking and you're not taking action. You can check messages repeatedly over and over and over again. So what I want you to ask yourself is, what can I influence in the next 10 minutes? What can I influence in the next minute? So if you're feeling like you're in a bit of a pickle, it's pivoting right back to this time right here, right now, getting present. What can I influence in the next 10 minutes? Now, can I just say, do you like the way I say influence and not control? I know, that's a new word I've discovered. I think it's quite cool. Let's see if I can get it out into my everyday world. So what can I influence in the next 10 minutes? And it could be make a phone call, drink some water, go for a walk, send an email, send a message to someone, have a difficult conversation, whatever that is. But just know that any action will calm that you do. What can I influence in the next 10 minutes? Those actions will actually calm an overstimulating and overwhelming brain. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sure you do. The next one is, so if anyone's actually sending me messages, I can't see. I just need to clarify that because I've done something and I just can't even see myself or anything. So don't take it personally. I'll check in when I've finished. So the other thing is, I want you to think about daily shifts, and this is momentum. Daily shifts that create calm and clarity. So when this is happening, we wake up and we start getting stressed. Oh, whatever. I'm mentally busy. I've got all this stuff to do. And we're living on, I would say living on autopilot. You know that one where you just like this and this and this, and you're like, did I actually flush the toilet when I went? Or did I actually clean my teeth? I can't remember because it's just was step by step and you're on that autopilot. So I want you to create daily reset moments. And when I talk about this, this is like a glitter bomb. Daily reset is 5 minutes outside, a gratitude practice, something. You can journal, whatever that is, deep breathing, moving your body, just hand on your heart, whatever that is, but just have some momentum throughout your day. And you're going to ask yourself, what deserves my energy today? What deserves my energy today? And when we're looking at this, this is going to allow us to pivot back and go, I know exactly what it is. So if we were to talk about freedom, and I know Hamish is just laughing his head off, even me to say the word freedom. Freedom isn't found when life becomes easier. Okay, so just so you know, freedom isn't found when life becomes easier. It's found when your mind calms your farm and becomes quieter. It's found when your mind calms your farm and becomes quieter. That's where the true freedom in your world is. The next one I'm going to give you is don't take things personally. And this is actually about separating someone else's behavior from your identity. And in fact, I was talking about that with my father this morning about taking things personally. It was quite an interesting conversation. But this is about separating someone else's behavior from your identity. Separate it. This is not it. So when we think about this, you're going to ask yourself, what else could be true? And because something has happened with this person before, you're going to have a confirmation bias in the past of this. So you're going, am I reacting to facts or my assumptions? Is this real? And then my favorite one, is this actually about me? This is the one where you've got to stay humble though. You can't just go, haha, this is not about me, it's about them, blah, blah, blah. It's like, calm your farm. Is this actually about me or about what's happening in their world? When we can turn that around, just even that alone turns it to going, oh, this makes sense. This is about them. So just know that most people's behavior tells you more about them, of what's going on in their world, than it does actually about you. Yeah, yeah. I know the one. I know the one. The next one is your glitter bomb. And I know I talked a little bit like do something that lights you up. Is so your glitter bomb is the things that generally light you up when life feels out of sorts. It's actually the spark that you do. That's your medicine that keeps you going. So when you're feeling like you're in obligation or you haven't laughed in weeks, or again you're in autopilot but you don't even know what you're doing in autopilot, or Groundhog Day, there was a movie Groundhog Day, when it feels like all of that, I want you to stop, and I want you to schedule that glitter. So don't wait till life is cruisy. Don't wait till everything's perfect. Don't wait till everything's perfect. Actually start today and go, today I'm going to schedule this. What is this I'm going to do? I know between I have this video with you now, and then I've got a call in 15 minutes for an hour and a half. I know I've got a little gap that I'm going to do some glitter bomb in that time. And that's what's important for me. So when we schedule this, I want you to go, what is one glitter bomb I can create today? Even if it's only 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever that is, but those minutes actually remind you and your brain that there is a life out there that doesn't have to have stress attached to it. Because when we're sitting there with stress, our brain is just in overdrive, going on and on and on, trying to get us through what that is. So when I think about this, I want you to go, what is that one glitter bomb you're going to create today? What is that one you're going to create today? And I want you to go, just for this morning. Just for this morning, this is your glitter bomb. And then in the afternoon, you're going to create another one. And the more you do throughout your day, work still gets done. Don't think, oh, if I have 10 glitter bombs throughout the day, I'm not going to get my work done. My goodness, you come back from that glitter bomb and you're a different energy person. So whatever that is. The next one I'm going to talk about is, this one. Like I say this, I'm pretty sure I say this every week. Here, should I give you a hint? Anyone want to guess what this one? You are not alone. When we control, and it goes back to that control often grows in isolation. And it's when we're overwhelmed and we believe we're the only ones struggling. And when I was sharing with my clients this week about the things I'm trying to control, it was literally crazy when we had these conversations about what it is, because we believe we're the only ones struggling in it. And we're not. We're not. So if you're bottling it up, if you're saying I'm fine when it's not, if you're believing no one's going to understand, or you're retreating from people and not answering questions, I want you to pull back, and I want you to know that the connection you're going to make, and I'm going to say me, it's not just me, but there's other people, that connection you're going to make actually changes your perspective. It actually changes your neuro pathways in here. It gives you a different energy in your physical, gives you a different energy in your mental, and things change around you. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach out. And I'm going to say me. You can reach out to a friend or a colleague or a person at work or any of those things, or a family member, but also know that they hold the information and they store it up. Me, it's a done, we've dealt with it and it's moved on. So I'm not going to hold it to you. I'm not going to remind you of, can you remember when your mum said this to you again down the track? Whereas friends have their beautiful best interest in heart. They're just there to help you and they want to keep you happy and healthy. But there's a little whoopsie to that. So I'm clearly going to say, reach out to debscooper.com. Clearly. I want you to ask for support. I want you to be honest with me. I want you to remember that I'm here for you. And being strong, being strong is not pretending you're okay. If you want to be a king or a queen and you want to have that strength, it's actually allowing yourself to be seen, heard, acknowledged, and also know that the greatest unlocking you can have for yourself actually comes from realizing that you're not alone, that you never had to carry it all alone, that there's always somebody there throughout this, even if you think it isn't. So clearly, Debs Cooper, global stressologist, 20 years in the making for this. Well, that's 20 years paid. Prior to that, I think I was doing it, just didn't know I was doing it in this form. But I want to leave you with something. I want to leave you with a thought for this magical video. You can't always control what happens around you. You can't control other people's opinions, their choices, their timings, or anything, or even their understanding. You can't. You just can't. I'm very firm. This isn't black and white. You can't. But you can always choose where your attention goes. And when I think about that, the moment you stop investing your energy in what is outside your control, you actually reclaim your peace, your serenity, your will back. Because the secret cost of holding on isn't just stress. It isn't just stress. It's the life you're missing while you're waiting for everything else to change. I'm going to see if I can say that exactly again. The secret cost of holding on isn't just stress. It's the life you're missing when you're waiting for everything else to change. Ouch. Ouch. So, here I go again. Debs Cooper, global stressologist, here, ready for you when you're ready. And that is the secret cost of holding on to what you cannot control. Now, I'm not going to ask you to tell me today what can't you control. I'm not going to get you to do that unless you want to private message me and say, this is my wobble, this is what I can't control, and then go back through these notes and see how that works. But just let's get moving in life, because the more you sit in that trying to control world, the more you're out of sorts with what's going on in the real world. So that is Debs Cooper, global stressologist, signing off for today. Thank you very much. I will see you on my next video. Bye.